All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have the one and only, we have a hip-hop veteran. We got the one and only Chris Crown right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm good. Outlaw Radio, shouts to y'all, man. Everybody in T-Dot, shouts to everybody in Canada, man.
Hey, man, I gotta say, it's definitely an honor, man, to actually have you on the radio station airwaves this evening, man. I hope everything is all well with you, man. It is great just to get back to normal life, man, and get back out there doing shows and events, man. How's everything out there on your end?
Yeah, everything's getting back to normal. We out here working, networking. City's looking right, you know what I mean?
But I know you're a busy guy, Chris, so I'm going to dive right into this interview here this evening. But I got to ask first and foremost, man, taking you back to the beginning of your amazing career this far, I have to ask, what originally made you decide to get into music, man? Because it's still one question I always love asking, because I notice every artist has a story on why they pursued music.
Me, actually, I was a drummer when I was like 4 years old in the church, drumming with my mom's. She was a church singer, choir singer. And like the beat was always in me. You know what I mean? I love drumming. I love the sounds of the music and the harmonies and the melodies. And when I got to an age, it just, you know what I mean? It just started pouring out. You know, the high school beatboxing on the table, and you know, chilling with your boys. The music and the rhythm just came out of me, and I just, you know what I mean? Started rapping and going in. Started using tape decks and recording and making little tapes, and everybody loved it. And then we just, you know, crafted the skill and became who we are. You know what I mean?
And when you said you were a drummer back when you were 4 years old, I have to ask because I know a lot of artists, especially hip hop artists, sometimes implement their own instrumental sounds within their music. Did you ever actually do any of your own drumming on any of your own instrumentals for your hip hop songs?
Nah, I wish, man. Nah, I wish. I stopped drumming and I started writing, mostly focusing on song structure and, you know, different topic-based songs. I never really did production. I always reach out to different people. Right now I got Pop Chris. He's from Canada. He's from T-Dot. He's a dope producer from out there. He worked with Shaggy and a few different people. He's on the Chic Luge remix. I got Black Sounds. He's from Staten Island. Got Monopoly Beats from Russia. G-Pack Productions from Brooklyn. Like, I like to mix it up. You know what I mean?
And also as well, man, September 17th of 2010, you released the phenomenal 17-track mixtape titled That Seeing Is Believing under the name Scrappa. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind this earlier release project. And of course, is it still actually out there on the net to be streamed or purchased today?
Actually, somebody just asked me that recently as well. That's when I was down with an independent label called Natural Preference Records, NPR, ran by Steve and Mark. And we went on tour with 50 Cent, opened up for Lil Wayne. Captain Luna was down with the team. We did a lot on the indie scene coming up, sold a lot of mixtapes everywhere. It was a great time, but that seeing is believing was like a show and prove for me, stepping up. It was a great time, though. I'm not really with that label anymore. I gave them, they have most of the rights to that music. I still own it, and I still have it. But I was thinking about putting it back out. We might do that.
And I have to ask as well, because when you said you went on tour with 50 Cent, and of course opened up for Lil Wayne, I have to ask, man, because obviously just going on tour with 50 Cent, man, just says it all right there. But if you don't mind me asking, what was one of your most fondest memories you still look back on when it comes to that tour?
Nassau Coliseum, you know what I mean, in my town. We was in New Jersey, we was in New York. We did Nassau Coliseum, the G-Unit concert, Christmas concert. Definitely epic moment. I did my set last before G-Unit came out. The crowd was real irked. They really didn't want to see any more opening acts. But I had my Brooklyn on, my New York, and I just went out there and tore it down. I mean, it's documented footage. Whole 30,000 crowd wilding out for me. You know what I mean? Turned it up. Right after that, 50 came out, dapped them up, stayed on stage with them. You know what I mean? It was epic. So everybody in the crowd, shit was a dope moment for me.
And while we're still on the topic of mixtapes and whatnot, man, one of my favorite project series that you did, where you actually released two different mixtapes of Everybody Hates Chris, man. And I have to ask, man, back in the day, because I do know that show was huge way back when. I have to ask though, can you tell us a bit more about that mixtape series, and of course, what actually made you decide to emulate that hit sitcom?
To me, it was at that time in the hood. I was coming up, but I was more known. I was doing concerts. I was doing, you know what I mean, major interviews and venues and winning contests and everything. And it was like, you know, you see the love from fans, but it wasn't really shown by people around you. So it was like everybody hates Chris. You know what I mean? My name is Chris. I'm Chris Crown. So it just fit. You know what I mean? The marketing tactic, and I did all that myself. That was after I had left the independent label, and that was like my keep going, like, you know what I mean, can't stop me type of vibe. Everybody hates Chris. That was a good vibe, dope mixtape series.
And also,
did your homework too, bro. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I definitely, man, I appreciate the love, man. I really do. But I do know we're jumping ahead in the timeline a little bit, man, because I do know your career is so extensive that if we talked about every single part, we would honestly be here all night long into the early morning hours. But on July 23rd of 2019, man, you were featured on Dre Black's single titled From a Place. I was wondering, how did yourself and Dre originally get connected? And of course, what was it like just collaborating with him on that particular project?
Definitely was a dope feeling, dope vibe. Jamaica meets Brooklyn. He's from Jamaica. He resides in Jamaica. Actually, I started a company. I help artists register their music, and artists and record labels register their music, and to get back royalties. And he was an artist, a client of mine, and we just connected, linked up. I talked to him a lot. He sent me the record, a vibe with it, sent it back, and then they sent the cameraman from Jamaica to come film me, and then went back and filmed him, and it was just epic. It went to number 2 on TV in Jamaica, like on a broadcast show.
And I have to ask, man, do you guys have any plans to actually work together again, or was that the only time that you guys actually shared the studio together?
Oh no, we definitely working on more joints. I got a few other reggae artists too that I'm working with, cross country, Monster King. I got Endless, you know, a lot of different acts from down there from the yard where they on the rise, on the come up.
And also as well, man, this is I know we're backtracking here a little bit, but this is truthfully one of my favorite collaborations that you did. And this is actually where one of the songs where I first actually started discovering your music, man. But on February 7th of 2016, you were featured on P-Knock's single titled I'm That, man, which I thought you guys had such phenomenal chemistry together on that particular joint. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story just behind that, man, because when I listened to that song, it felt like you guys knew each other for years. It's just the way you guys are rocking with each other on that particular song.
Yeah, we do know each other. Like I'm kind of a staple in the underground scene. Like I play the background a lot. I'm not you know what I mean, searching for the limelight. So I'll be around a lot of people from, you know what I mean, they know me from the streets, they know me from the industry, from parties or whatever, performances. But we have relationships. We have, you know what I mean, we did things together besides music, and we know each other. So when we get in the studio, it's just, you know what I mean, with some people it just automatically clicks, and we know each other, and the energy just bounces, and it comes out good, man.
And also as well, man, January 19th of 2022, you were actually a part of the Indie Versus, where you actually went up against DC Dot via Instagram. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this Indie Versus showcase, and of course, what was it like partaking in one of the newest hip-hop industry crazes?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that from DJ Exotic Mommy and D-Dave from Extreme 104 FM out here in New York. They show love to the indie scene. A lot of dope talent all around the boroughs, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Staten Island, Manhattan. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talent everywhere. They give these people, I mean, a platform to shine with other like artists like yourself. And I mean, see what happens, see who likes who. And it really shines light to everybody because, you know what I mean, we don't have giant fan bases. So we cross compatible, you know what I mean, and everybody vibe out.
And I gotta say as well, man, it definitely was a phenomenal broadcast, man. I have to say, during COVID, when the verses originally first started really coming out, I absolutely loved it, man. I honestly thought it was gonna stop whenever COVID stopped. You know what I mean? But it's still going and is going strong, man. And I'm definitely loving what I'm seeing, coming from a hip hop fan myself.
Yeah, I love the underground scene still. Shouts to Exotic Mommy, 104 FM, D Dave. I mean, he's a dope artist, dope producer as well. A lot of talent out here, man.
And also as well, you actually have a brand new record out, man, that you actually dropped March 18th of 2022, the 9-track album titled Black Crown. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a story behind this recently released project. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Black Crown is a album I did with Black Sounds. He's a producer from Staten Island. We linked up. I also did an EP with him called Against the Grain, like right before that. But story for the Black Crown album is I did that whole album in one session. I mean, in one sitting. It was like 10, 11 hours. Black is in the Navy. He comes every few months. He comes in from the boat, and we lock in. And I did that album in one sitting.
And I gotta say, man, that album is absolutely phenomenal. If you go back and listen to that, man, like I wouldn't have even known that you did that in one sitting. Like, I know you're an artist, you're gifted. This is what you do. Is it ever difficult to actually put yourself on that time crunch, or did all that just come naturally?
Yes, it just comes, man. I just let it come. I don't force it. You know what I mean? I'm just the creativity just flows through me. I do things every day. I'm in a web series called Radar, so I go act, and then I gain, I get energy and I get motivated to come write a song. I have access to studios, so I go lay it down. Got the cameraman, so we shoot the videos. You know what I mean? So I stay motivated, and I'm still love music.
And I gotta say, the one song off that record that I absolutely love, man, is actually This Now, featuring Billy Official, man. Definitely a phenomenal joint off that Black Crown project.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. That's the next video. We just shot that video last week, and it'll be coming next, man. I appreciate the love. Bill Official is my guy. We actually have a mixtape out with Dat Piff and Spinrilla called Two Shots, with a lot of dope production, all originals, a couple of freestyles, but it's a dope vibe, real New York heavy, real boom bap, and hard raps.
And before we move off the topic of Black Crown, I have to ask, man, because I do know a lot of our listeners, they do still love that CD format, man. Do you have any hard copies available to be purchased of this project today?
No, we didn't even print up hard copies. It went straight to digital. It's on all streaming platforms. For sale, if you got Apple Music, you could download the album. If you listen to stream on Spotify and you got pro streaming, just stream the whole project, put all the other songs in your playlist, and get to it, man.
And also as well, I actually saw that on Instagram that you actually have another EP that's actually done titled Solid that actually features production work from, I know you mentioned them earlier on in the broadcast, Canadian producers. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this particular project, and of course, what was it like just working alongside some of the great white North's finest?
Yeah, I swear, I love Pop Chris. I met him maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and the first few sessions we had, we couldn't come up with anything. You know what I mean? It was just like a bonding thing. I guess it's a Canada thing. Like, you have to get to know me and vibe me and feel me, and we just started creating, and the floodgates opened. I did probably like 34 songs with him in less than a few months. And from that, we never released it because he went back to Canada, and he works in the studio. He does a lot, and I do a lot. I had a lot of projects to release, but now is the time, and we just prepping that. I had planned to release it last month, but we're still working on a couple of mixes, added a couple of songs, some new production from Pop from Canada, and it's ready to go, man. It's about to be ready to go. Shouts to everybody on there, Monster King, Paris Chola, my bro, that's Lux, Euro, my man Kaniki, a lot of underground, G-Pack, my man Cortland Delvey, he's a producer, he does his own thing as well as an artist. I just like to network and put people on and make good music with who I like.
And this is the time in the interview there, Chris, that I give a chance for the individual just to talk about some things that I might have happened to miss, man. Is there anything we missed during tonight's broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on 97.7 FM this evening.
Yeah, most definitely. If you like web series and you tune in on YouTube and watch shows and stream shows, you could check out Radar, the web series. It's out right now. We got the first 3 episodes, and we're still in production. It's an up and coming series written by Scorp Dolo. He's from Respect Life, the web series. He just created his own platform, and he included me and Bill Official, my character Smiley, and it's a dope vibe. Real underground, real gutter, real drama. You know what I mean? And I'm actually working on another project right now with Black Sounds called Right Wrongs. That'll be an EP, a 6-song EP. Like, I just keep moving and keep making music.
And also as well, man, this is the time in the interview quickly that I give a chance for the individual as well that slides into our radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to, but most of all your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Chris Crown if they're not already doing so.
Most definitely, man. First out, shouts to you, man. Shouts to DJ Immortal. I appreciate the love. Appreciate everybody at Outlaw Radio for tuning in. My handles is just Crown 718 on most platforms. Chris Crown. You could Google me, look me up, tap into the music on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, Tidal. All the major platforms. We got visuals out on YouTube. We got more music coming at you, more projects coming at you, more work, man. I appreciate y'all on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, man, I definitely appreciate you as well, man, and thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding through to the radio station airways, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, and hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Most definitely, man. Always love hip-hop. It's still alive, man. Shouts be out.
Most definitely, man. We definitely shall talk soon. Have yourself a wonderful night.
Chris Crown, out.